Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. This is our Twitch recap from last week's live stream where we were taking a look at the newest thing to come out of Wookheed Industries, which is, as you'll see as soon as I find it here in the craft list and let it load for a very long time, an update to the SKS, and this is SKS Heavy. It has a much more capable 90 tons to orbit capacity, and hopefully its aerodynamics have been vastly improved to make it not the brown pants certifier that the SKS, I think we're up to like Mark III, has been. I do have a couple of missions on the books for this thing, but some of them are waiting for our lunar program to get back up and running, although this might make doing some of that a whole lot easier, but that's all to come. First, we have to do a flight proofing. So we did just take a quick look at this thing in the VAB a little bit. As far as the booster setup, you'll notice that there is a third RD-172 attached to the EFT that will also separate with booster sep and drop off. It's really just kind of give us that extra oomph to get off the pad, because those RS-25s, while awesome, just aren't doing the trick, really. And I guess Wookheed Industries decided that this was the best approach to solving the problem. It does also have a larger cargo bay compared to the old Mark III SKS. There's an extra segment in there just for housing the crew things. We've got a good standard crew capacity, so we can always satisfy those 3 Kerbal to low Earth orbit contracts that are so incredibly lucrative, especially when you can recover a good chunk of your launch costs. So currently, I am just putting about 90 tons of life support supplies here in the cargo bay just to kind of see what it looks like and go with a more less than evenly distributed payload as the original testing by Wookheed Industries was using, just to kind of see what we're up to. But really, this is just a kind of a get to know you for this vehicle, a quick simulation up to orbit and then hopefully back down safely in one piece to kind of shake hands with the new orbiter vehicle and I don't know, get our fingers a little dirty here and kind of figure out where everything is and how everything works. It does have this nose-mounted docking port, which is innovative, although technically locked. I don't have this tech node unlocked just yet, but the build time on this is such that by the time I get it built, it should be unlocked. So we'll go ahead and start the simulation for an hour and some coin. Maybe we can get it all done by then. But for live launch coverage, I will turn you over to old me out on the launch pad. I'm not sure I want to... Yes, the middle engine drops off. You'll see. I'm sorry, but we ditched an engine off the EFT at Pico. What is this? I don't know. Ask Wookie. This is literally my first time taking a look at this thing. So SAS is on, throttle is set to full. Let's do it. Ignition. That satisfying rumble. All engines are spooled, clamps off. We're up and away. KSP RO career shouldn't be called RP whatever. Chemicals last year. Near-term realism, NTR, don't at me. Oh. Yeah, calling it NTR, I can get down with that. This seems like a Cosmo trap. Fair. It might be. It's a first flight, so I expect it to go horribly wrong. But that is in fact a nice idea, guess. Basilo, what's inside? Right now, 90 tons of life support. This is just a simulation. We're not actually going anywhere with it. This is my first flight with Wookiee's updates to the SKS platform. And I'm already at 200 meters per second, so it's time to start leaning into this, and it's going to fight me. So for right now, I'm just going to switch back to standard stability assist so that I can gravity turn like a chump. And I think we should all go yell at the RP1 devs that the RP or KSP 2 next version should be called NTR. I'm 110% of this on board for this. Whew, English, come on. Make it a thing. Wow, 500 meters per second. Still not arced over nearly as much as I should be, actually heading west instead of east. You know, it's about par for the course. It does dance a bit on the way up. Yeah, that's fair. That's all of them dance a little on the way up. First flight should be fine. Petition time. I don't know if we hit them with a petition. Let's just present the argument exactly as it was presented to us, and I think that should be more than enough to convince them that that's a fantastic idea. Added asteroid psyche to your install, but you didn't give it a biome texture. The in-game has biomes like loans and craters, etc. Circadians. Yeah, possibly Scorpio. I would not be surprised if KSP was installs become sentient. They seem to exist for long enough. Oh my god, my apoapsis is already 100 plus kilometers. How far off prograde can I be at Bico before it's a huge problem? Because this is like the worst ascent path for shuttle ever. Alright, we're coming up on Bico. Stable as hell. I don't have to pay an exorbitant amount of attention to this. There we go, boosters up. Cleaning away, all three, just on our three RS-25. I hope they're DEs. I would assume they would be. I did not check. As long as it's stable, you can kind of do whatever. Alright. Well, let's shoot for a 250 kilometer apogee. That's where Kawaii Potato Station orbits. I mean, I hope, provided, of course, that KSP hasn't deleted it randomly on me. Let's go ahead and lean into this. Yeah, roll controls being a little finicky, but that's just, whoa there, buddy. Where are you going, little guy? Come on now. That's not very nice. We're going to the moon. Action Group 9 lets you shut down the middle RD-170 early if you desire. Okay. Lower late boost TWR. I was not even paying attention at all to our TWR, and maybe I should have been, but we're down in like the .89, about to be .9 range. So, you know, hey, no worries. We're gonna... It seems I actually have to pay attention to this thing now. Because it, yeah, it's dancing like a shuttle should. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why shuttle launches are almost entirely automated. I would absolutely not want to be the guy holding the stick during all of this shenaniganery. RS-25DE has never existed, and it's not a proper historical engine designation. It's rather D or E. Make up your mind, RO devs. Agree? Sure. Just, you know, since that's the way it's listed in the part description, that's how I have always referred to it, because I didn't want to confuse anyone. Alright, 244, let's start to level out down the horizon. How much time do we have until our apogee? Oh, only 1:25. We have 5 minutes of runtime left, so we're probably going to arc a bit high. Unsurprising, considering my absolutely terrible approach vector. But in light of that, we're going to really push this platform and do a 180 degree roll into a belly down formation. So hopefully we won't kill anyone in the process. So here we go. Rolling. Yep. Oh, nice and smooth. That's just brilliant. So now we actually need to aim just a little above horizon because thrust going through the center of mass, etc. 57 seconds until our apogee, or somewhat similar. We're just gonna keep on keeping on. Maybe we'll angle it up just a bit. We can probably grow that apoapsis just a bit more. The shuttle seems like an absolute unit. better than the better than the simulation. Almost, but not by much. I was saying, while we're just dialing in this nose above horizon, which I didn't even check on the angle of the engines, I just kind of assumed around a 10-degree figure. And based on that, I figured about 11 to 12 degrees above horizon would be nice for station keeping, but we are already on our way back down with like 5 kilometers per second left to spend. So we're going to angle this up just a bit more. I don't know, maybe we'll end up simulating a nice transatlantic abort. That would be fun, right? Yeah, good question, Pulsey. I have no idea what the offset angle of the SSME is. My assumption is about 10 degrees. I don't actually know. That would be a question for Wookheed, but because KSP doesn't really give you that kind of information very easily, they're very, very custom angles. Absolute custom angles. You angle them towards the late burn center of mass. Okay. Sounds good to me. A little bit of dancing. Alright, so I'm hoping... No, we are descending very fast. As I say, I'm hoping we're at a point where I can just leave this angle as such and station keep, but probably not. But our DV figures are looking absolutely great. I have absolutely zero doubts this thing will hit orbit today, which is awesome. Phenomenal even. Okay, we are holding steady. Our rate of descent, not changing a whole hell of a lot. Nope. I don't know, maybe I'm making it up because that's what I want to see, but it looks like that's inching slowly this way. That way. So maybe we'll be okay. Yeah. Oh, and there's the wiggle. A little ascent stage boogie. I have the readout on my panel. Yeah, I do. Vertical speed. Descending. Hey, cool. God. I am so stupid sometimes. Yeah, we're totally gonna start ascending here real soon. Flatten out a bit. Good call. We don't actually need to... Well, we could stand to gain some altitude. Our apogee is only 231 kilometer. I'm looking for a solid 250 by 250 orbit. So we'll let that climb. We only got 1900 meters per second left to burn. So that might be a job for OMS. Throttle. Yeah. 3.45, not fatal, but certainly uncomfortable. Cut that down a bit. No worries. Oh, hey, look at this. We're coming up on... Yeah, there's camera change and shutting down. And oops. Well, there was also a staging event that I did not intend. I hope that doesn't screw up anything. Be right back, Pulsified. Alright, man. Hope to see you again soon. But hey, look at that! We're in orbit. 387 by 214. Let's go ahead and open the forward bay. Open the forward bay. There you go. Who's on board? Alice Campbell, Nina, and Glenn Armstrong. A bunch of people who have no business being on an active flight. Good for them. Extend. Did I keep hitting reset something or other? Extend, extend. Perfect. RCS to arm. That's not bad. Alright. Post MECO Alpha 7 locks our gimbals. Deactivates the SSMEs. Did it also... I guess it did not activate the AJ10, so let's throttle to 0. Stage those in right quick. Perfect. 4, 5, 6 handle the bays and panels. 8 is for the nose. Also, Mech Jeb can limit your TWR if you want. Mech Jeb's a liar. Hope that tank wasn't important. Me too. Unlike Shuriken, I don't think it holds any actual fuel that we need for things. Nebeluke 2122, hello? How's it going, man? Thanks for coming by. I hope I didn't butcher your Twitch handle too badly. Yeah, that's a very good question, Wookie. Is Mech Jeb smart enough to not bork everything up by throttling your engines to 0? Oh, good. I'm really glad I didn't butcher your name too badly, or maybe only somewhat. Yeah, we have ullage thrusters and drag chutes. It's only 2 tanks to manage when balancing. Alright, so it's German. So I will never be able to pronounce it correctly. Try as I might. Alright, should we try for a once around? I wonder where Florida is going to be when we need it to be someplace else. So let's add maneuver over here. So a little bit of finagling with maneuver nodes and just trying to get our inclination as such to bring us as close to a flyover of Cape Canaveral as we can. We can use all of our Delta V pretty safely. The RCS for return is locked in the nose, so that Delta V figure you see here is just for orbital maneuvering and nothing else. As a matter of fact, representatives from Wookheed have advised us to jettison any fuel left in these tanks before making reentry. So, you know, might as well go ahead and get rid of it, even though doing a plane change at this altitude is not particularly efficient or advisable. We could actually probably deflect just as much based off of drag and airflow on our way in as we could by burning all our fuel this way. But, you know, we've got it. Why not spend it? So, you know, there's that. A quick pass around, through half an orbit or so will kind of give us a little idea of our power consumption and stuff like that, but it all checks out, so we're in good shape. So we're going to go ahead and jettison our test weight before making our deorbit burn. Go ahead and RCS ourselves away from it for just a little bit, hoping to get that thing out of the bay. No desire to actually drag that thing back with us, although our Delta V figures did not improve as much as I thought I would for jettisoning 90 tons or so. But a quick light of the 4 AJ10 OMS engines, now spaced out a little differently from our original design, but firing right down the center of mass makes them just a bit more efficient and a bit easier to control. So that's a plus working in our favor. And then we'll just treat ourselves to a nice view. And unfortunately, I am going to have to make this one a two-parter, so we'll get to the rest of Reentry in the next one. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time. So until then, see you later.